The day started like any other, until the sound of sirens echoed down the quiet suburban street. A police car pulled up to the driveway, leaving the homeowner confused. The officers explained they were responding to a complaint about a fence too tall for the neighborhood code. The caller, of course, was none other than Karen, the self-appointed neighborhood watch. With folded arms and a smug grin, she stood across the street, certain her complaint would force the fence to come down. But what began as a petty call quickly spiraled into something Karen never saw coming. Karen had built her reputation on nitpicking the smallest details. Overgrown grass, garbage bins placed too late, and now a fence. She had bragged to neighbors that she knew every rule in the HOA handbook, and she was confident she had finally caught her target red-handed. The police examined the fence, measuring its height and noting it appeared just within regulation. Still, they decided to double-check. Karen's smirk widened as she thought she had secured her victory. But as the officers walked back toward their car, their eyes drifted across Karen's own property, and something didn't look right. The officers paused, noticing Karen's side yard. An old shed leaned dangerously close to collapse, its peeling paint and broken roof clear signs of neglect. They asked her about it, and she dismissed it with a wave, insisting the real issue was the fence. But one officer jotted notes while another snapped photos. Karen's confident expression faltered slightly. The police weren't focused on the fence anymore. They were circling her yard, pointing out other issues she had ignored. What was supposed to be her moment of triumph was suddenly turning into a surprise inspection she couldn't control. The deeper the officers looked, the more violations they uncovered. Karen's back patio was cluttered with rusting lawn furniture and broken appliances. Weeds had grown waist-high along her fence line, and a pile of junk sat near the curb, attracting pests. She grew defensive, insisting she was just between cleanups. But the list of problems kept growing. The officers compared her violations with city codes, noting serious safety concerns. Neighbors peeked through their blinds, watching the drama unfold. Karen's smug attitude was gone, replaced with visible panic. The call she had made for revenge was unraveling into her own nightmare. Why now? The officers had a full report. They explained the homeowner's fence was within regulation and no violation had occurred. Karen, on the other hand, was in serious trouble. She was cited for multiple code violations, each carrying heavy fines if not corrected quickly. The homeowner stood quietly, relieved, while Karen's face turned bright red. Her attempts to argue only made things worse. The officers reminded her that wasting police resources on false complaints was itself a violation. What began as a petty attack on a neighbor had officially backfired in the worst possible way. Word spread quickly through the neighborhood. Karen, once loud and controlling, now kept her head down as contractors arrived to fix her crumbling shed, clear the junk, and address the endless violations. The homeowner's fence stood proudly, untouched and legal, a symbol of Karen's failed crusade. Neighbors quietly celebrated the irony. Karen had been policing everyone else, only to be exposed as the biggest offender. From that day forward, the street felt more peaceful. The fence remained, but Karen's reign of petty complaints was over, silenced not by her neighbors, but by the very authority she had summoned.